Alright, so check this out. I'm driving up the road to get to the other garage, and I see this guy dragging this pressure washer out in front of his house. Like right in front of me as I'm rolling by. Gas-powered pressure washer has been on my list, and this thing is complete. 2 tires, both holding pressure. There's no way I was gonna pass this thing up, so I grabbed it immediately.
This is mine now.
I got a bunch of stuff that needs a good wash, my 1990 club wagon being one of them. So this is gonna be perfect. And a little soap attachment was even with it. So let's get it in the garage and see what we got. Generac 2300 PSI with a 6 horsepower engine. And a pull start single cylinder with a carb, little gas tank on top, you know, pretty straightforward. I got to talk to the guy before I took the machine, and he said to me that it kept losing spark, and he was sick of trying to fix it, so he was done with it.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
I find that kind of hard to believe because just looking at it, it's good enough condition that the coil shouldn't be messed up. And I've personally never messed with a machine where it, like, issue with spark was anything beyond a dirty spark plug. So like, even if it is spark, which it's not gonna be, easy to fix. As I'm looking around this thing, I don't see an obvious kill switch anywhere. Or I'm gonna guess that maybe he had the kill switch left on the whole time and he's just yanking on it and it won't start. So, tricky kill switch, add it to the list. Briggs & Stratton, okay, it'll run forever. And a bunch of numbers, whatever. I guess I can use these numbers if I need to buy parts, but we're not quite there yet. Alright, yeah, there's something up with the choke. It's not opening or closing all the way. It's like only got 2 settings, which is wrong. Adding choke to the list. Yeah, that just ain't right. Okay, let's get it up on the table so I'm not bent over killing my back. Start by getting this handle out of the way. It's just 2 bolts. And you know what? I'm going to take a second to wipe this thing down. It's covered with the dust and grime from someone else's shed and all his lawn equipment. And I have a lot more fun working on stuff when it's clean. So I just take a wet cloth here and wipe it down real quick. So I want to start by checking out the choke. Taking the air cleaner off, I can see the bottom of the air filter is soaked with fuel. Safe to say the needle was not seating, letting fuel just dribble out, and air filter is downhill. So I'm going to add flush the fuel system to the list. I was going to do that anyways, it's kind of an obvious thing to do. But since I got evidence the needle's not seating, there's going to be crud in there, so now I know I have to. Taking the rear air filter housing off, I can see what's up with the choke right away.
What the hell is even that?
The blade isn't centered, so it can't rotate in place fully open or fully closed. I don't know if you can see, but the split rod that holds the blade in place, if you turn it too far, the rod kind of twists, and the gap that the blade sits in opens up and lets the blade fall out of place. Another piece of the puzzle, somebody turned the choke way too far and screwed up the choke blade. Alright, choke blade back, looking and working how it should. Now, what are the chances this is the only thing keeping it from running? Choke not closing would do the trick, but it's too obvious. Seems too easy. Okay, a few yanks and nada. Got a little trick I can try. Let me see if this works.
Too easy.
What I did was I put my hand over the intake before I tried to start the engine, and all that suction usually pulling in air was transferred to the fuel system, and it just like overcame whatever was blocking it. So we got some fuel through and it fired right up.
Excellent!
Yeah, I don't know if you could tell, but I was like almost annoyed. Like, come on, that was too easy. Well, it's not really going to plan because I was going to put this at the end of the video, but will it run? Yes, it will. So it runs, which is good and great and all, but I know the fuel system is gross because I could see the exhaust and it stinks in here. And there's evidence it was puking fuel everywhere. So I gotta clean the carb and fill the tank with fresh fuel before I can call this done.
Come on.
All right, I'm gonna pull the fuel line off here so I can take the carb off. It's just 2 screws. And when I tilt it to the side here, you can see, yeah, it's starting to puke fuel. Ugh, yuck. Not even fuel, it's just varnish. Yeah, that's what I was burning, so yuck. Start by taking the bowl off and seeing what's inside.
Ooh, piece of candy.
Yup, that's 50% varnish, 50% water. Perfectly balanced cocktail.
Delicious.
And I'll just pull the carb apart, give everything a basic wipe down, clean out any passages with a thin piece of wire. Like I'll just pull a little wire off of a wire brush. And I'll go through the jet with the same piece of wire and some WD-40. I'm just wiping this thing down and putting it back together. I didn't buy a rebuild kit or anything, so I'm just going to see what I can do with some fresh fuel and a wipe down. Alright, let's drain the rest of the tank. Whoa, look at that.
Whoa!
More like 90% varnish and 10% water. Watch, check this out. When I add more water, look what it does. It just shoots to the bottom and it joins with whatever the hell else is down there. It turned opaque white too. Like, this is poison. Alright, quickly put the carb back together. Nothing glamorous. And I'll get the governor hooked back up, put the carb back on, and tighten everything down. Make it real quick.
Ready, set, go.
And you can see the choke is working A-OK perfecto. And with that done, I can move over here to this throttle position thingy, which is pretty much frozen in place. I really got to pull on it to get it to move. And now that I'm looking at it, the far left position is off. So built into this somewhere is the kill switch. Far left grounds out the coil. I don't think I've seen that before, and I bet it's like really easy to forget that that's how that works. So again, I wonder if the last guy was trying to start this with, I mean, he thought it was in the lowest throttle position, but it's actually off, and he's just pulling on it, pulling on it. We'll never know, but I love to speculate. I love solving the mystery. Okay, I'm gonna clean up this ground cable just because it's bugging me. And then I'll hit the bushing over here with WD-40 and work it in a bit. Okay, with that done, just got to put the air filter housing back on. Put the air filter back in. Cover back on top. And I'm done with the engine for now. Next, I got to check out the pump. First thing I can tell is the garden hose connection is missing the fitting, and like half the threads are busted off. That sucks, but it's a replaceable connector, so I'll get one online. For now, I just got to pull the tape out of the threads, clean them up super good, and then force on some fitting I find somewhere. First thing is new plumber's tape. Then I'll use this random fitting from the other garage. It might be a gas fitting, but it's perfect. Garden hose thread on one end and pipe thread on the other, both the perfect sizes. It's going to work. So I'll work it on as many threads as I can. Alright, whatever. Looks good to me. Everything looking good so far. Get this thing back onto the floor. Put the stupid handle back on. And I'll fill it with some fresh gas. And the gas actually wasn't looking that fresh, so I cut that short real quick. And I topped it off with a bunch of True Fuel. Whatever. Alright, will it still run? So it was fighting me a little until I realized, oh yeah, it's kind of warm in here. I can probably open the choke. fresh gas and a clean carb, it's running super well, like super even and smooth. Whoops, smoked out the garage again, my bad. Alright, I never do this, so first time I'm going to test the thing I fix. First, just got to hook up the garden hose. So I borrowed the gun and pressure hose from someone because I don't have them myself yet, but I'll go pick one up, Harbor Freight or something. All right, I get this all hooked up, then just got to start the engine back up. It's starting so easy, I barely got to pull it. Hell yeah, it's shooting water. Yeah, but this is where I realized that I needed to borrow those little tips that make the pressure as well, so I can't use this without the tips. Damn it. Alright, quick trip to get all the parts. And this thing works like a charm.
Let's go.
Alright, I got that soap attachment too, so let me see if that works. Gotta use a specific tip and put the hose into a bucket of soapy water. Bing, bang, boom. Got the soap attachment. Awesome, it's working. Gas-powered pressure washer added to the garage. Obtained for the excellent price of free $99. So what am I feeling right now? A few big points. Good small engines get thrown away all the time. They're almost never broken beyond repair, and 99% of the time just need to be gone through and cleaned. Gas-powered pressure washers are badass. Oh, I almost forgot. If it's repaired in-house, it gets a sticker. Haha, looks sick. Hell yeah. Alright, that's it for now. Thanks for checking in.